Hello and welcome to Sean 47. According to the info, we are live. No visitors yet, no viewers. Still don't know whether it's actually working. But I am once again sitting in my car waiting for my teenage daughter to come out of her high school. Also waiting for my nephew so we can drive him home as well. And we're chillin' with Lucky. And I've given this video a new title, Just a Man and His Turtle. You can thank Mooseman 2K20 for that. Moose 2K20. One across from me has a puppy in her car. Looks like it's maybe 6 weeks old. Little Rottweiler puppy. A very high-pitched yappy bark. And there's a bunch of people walking past on the other side of the car. So I've got the windows rolled up on both sides, and it's fairly warm today, so I'm going to be sweating to death very soon if I don't put the windows down. But I feel weird putting the windows down while I'm sat here talking to myself. So, if anybody's actually seeing this live, say something. I know I keep saying this and no one ever says anything. No one ever comments until later after I've ended the stream, because I still don't think it's actually going out live. I don't know what is up with this or why it keeps doing that. If anybody can figure that out and let me know, I'd appreciate it. And I'm just chilling, hanging out in the car. Feeling a bit better today. I mentioned it in chat in a couple of streams last night that I went to the hospital yesterday. It was a scheduled thing. It wasn't an emergency or anything, but I had a sebaceous cyst surgically removed from the back of my head. So that was a lot of fun. And I have fairly long hair for head with a nice jagged scar down the middle of it with Frankenstein looking stitches. Should heal up real nice. Apparently when they were removing the cyst that I went in to have removed, it was one that I had an issue with back in October. It had gotten infected and blew up to the size of a tennis ball and then burst, and it was pretty nasty. So they had to wait for it to heal and all the swelling and inflammation to go down before they could remove it, which, I don't know, it seems weird to me. It's got to be healed before it can be removed, but whatever. Let's wait for it to heal and then cut it again. But, yeah, so because of the issue back in October, this one was not the easiest to remove, I guess. It had a lot of scar tissue and it was kind of fused with the skin above it where it had been punctured, and so it took them a while to remove it, and the nice straight incision became kind of a weird looking jagged cut, and then they found another cyst starting to form underneath it, so they removed that too, and so I've got a really nasty looking scar on the back of my, or will have a really nasty looking scar on the back of my head. Right now I've got a really nasty looking incision on the back of my head with stitches in it, and no hair around it, so it's very visible. Oh, and the good news, they told me it'll probably take a few years, if ever, before the hair grows back where the cyst was. So, you know, the hair they trimmed away will grow back, but I'll still have a bald patch there. So, yay me! Not that you guys care or wanted to hear about any of that gross stuff. But that's what's going on with me right now. So, I honestly though, I thought I would be in a lot more pain. I thought figured it would hurt and be at least be stingy for a few days, but no. It hurt a bit yesterday and feels fine today. And here comes my nephew's girlfriend walking past with her class, and she's going to come over and pop her head in the car and say hello, not knowing that I'm live streaming right now, by the way, so you're on YouTube. So that was my nephew Jonathan's girlfriend. I remembered that as she walked up. It's her birthday today. More things to buy. So yeah, this afternoon we'll be driving past her house doing a birthday drive-by thing. I guess that's the new way to celebrate people's birthdays. Drive by honking and yelling out your window. Ridiculous. But that's what we've been doing lately. And it's a busy month. Her birthday today. My nephew Jonathan's birthday coming up in a couple of weeks. My son's birthday coming up 2 days before Jonathan's. So, yay. It's an expensive time of year. Not nearly as bad as November, December, though. November, December, we've got like 8 birthdays in the family, and Christmas, obviously. That's a lot of fun. Very expensive. Of course, one of those birthdays is mine, so I can't complain too much. My birthday's in December. So I'm just hanging out in the car, talking to myself. There's still nobody here watching, nobody in the comments. I wish I could figure this thing out so you guys could actually see the live stream as I'm recording it, rather than just recording live and posting immediately, because that seems to be what it does. Pardon the long pause while I take a big swig of my Coke. In case you hadn't noticed, I'm a Coke addict. Coca-Cola is my beverage of choice. Unless they only have Pepsi products, then I will have Dr. Pepper. If they don't have Dr. Pepper, maybe an Orange Crush or a root beer. But Coke. I don't know, I'm weird. I love Coke, but I'm not a fan of most Coke products. Like, I love Coke. I don't like other beverages that Coke makes, with a few exceptions, but for the most part, I don't like their beverages. Barks root beer, I think, is disgusting. And then there's Pepsi. I cannot stand Pepsi. Pepsi is gross. Like, I would rather drink a warm glass of monkey urine than a cold glass of Pepsi. I may be exaggerating a little there, but but that's how much I hate Pepsi. However, I love most Pepsi products. Dr. Pepper is my second favorite after Coke. And I prefer 7-Up over Sprite. I don't think A&W is made by... Is A&W a Pepsi product? Either way, A&W is my favorite root beer, but I'll drink just about any root beer except for Barks, which is made by Coke. And I love all the crush products, you know, orange, grape, cream soda, Tahiti treat if you can find it. I used to love Tahiti treat. Well, I still love Tahiti treat, but you never see it anywhere anymore. Like one store a few blocks from my house that occasionally has it. Like once every, I don't know, 8 or 10 months they might get one case of it in. I'm just rambling again. If anybody's actually watching this entire thing, thank you for sticking it out, because this has to be a very boring video. Went to the Stack & Silverman's auction last night. Shout out to the Silvermans. And I bought a couple things. Nothing too outlandish, but bought 3 Britannias. That sounds so much more awesome than it is. I bought 3 1/10 ounce silver Britannias. Not the gold, and not the big boys. Big girls, I guess, Britannia. But 3 10th ounce Britannias, the little teensy tiny silvers. Because silver prices are ridiculous right now, and seems like the premiums on fractional haven't moved as much as the premiums on the bigger silver. Like, it still costs more to buy fractional in quantity, but if you're just buying a couple of coins, the premiums seem to be lower per ounce on the premium, on the I can't even talk right now. Not lower, but haven't moved as much. Premiums on like the 1 ounce and 2 ounce larger coins have shot up, but they've stayed about the same on the 10th and quarter ounce. So I got a few of those fractional Britannias and a couple of quarters, just constitutional junk, if you want to call it that. Constitutional silver, American quarters, and a copper round. So I'll be opening those in an unboxing video when they arrive. I've already got a tracking number. I just bought them last night. Had the tracking number by the time I got up this morning. Now that's fast. I've heard Mrs. Silverman loves to package up all the auction purchases, so I guess she went straight to work after their live stream. And I am looking forward to tomorrow's 4/9's Fine silver auction. I've seen his preview for it, and my bank account is already screaming in pain, because I know I am going to overspend by a lot. He has a lot of things he's got up for auction tomorrow that I really, really want. So, back off. Find your own purchases. These are mine. I'm the one that suggested that he try making the Monopoly pieces out of silver, because I thought that would be pretty cool. And now that I've seen them made, they do look really cool. But at the same time, he's got so many other cool things up for auction, I might have to skip the Monopoly pieces. Go after something else instead. I'm also a little bit worried about buying Monopoly pieces in silver and then losing them. Putting them in the Monopoly set to play Monopoly and then forgetting and accidentally putting them away with it, and then the kids get into it to play Monopoly and lose them or something, that would be a catastrophe. Whereas I could just keep them with my stack, which is probably what I would do if I had them, and only get them out when we play Monopoly, but knowing me, I would do something stupid and lose them, or cause someone else to be in a position where they could easily lose them. Not that I'm trying to discourage anyone from buying them, because they are super freaking cool, so by all means, bid on the Monopoly pieces, because I probably won't be. I'm going to be buying some other things. I may still bid on the Monopoly pieces too. He's got some other pieces I want a lot more than those. And I'm also working on a top secret project with the help of Mask Man and 49's Fine Silver. But it's going to be probably a couple months probably before that becomes public. That's the plan anyhow. I'm terrible at keeping secrets, so as you can tell, because I just mentioned it. But by the time that project is ready, I'm sure you'll know all about it, because I'll have spilled the beans. Or spilled the tea, I guess, is the way the kids are saying it these days. I don't know why anybody would want to watch this video. It's just the ramblings of a madman sat in the car, killing time, talking to himself. But if you are still watching, thank you. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. But if you haven't subscribed already, what are you doing here this long into my not live? I should start putting a question mark next to the word live on the thumbnail for these videos, because they're never actually live, are they? If I was actually live, there'd be people watching, and there's nobody watching. I need to figure this out, because I know people would be watching. Maybe not many of you, but there'd be at least a couple of people by now. 0 viewers, 0 people in chat, straight up nothing. But then I end the stream, and it sits there, it says processing for about half an hour. And then suddenly people are commenting, and suddenly the video has views. So I know it's not actually streaming live. It's recording live, and then uploading immediately without me having to do or change any settings or do anything. And then it appears and says that it streamed however many minutes ago it took to process. Stream ended, 22 minutes ago or whatever when it finishes processing. And then people start watching it. But nobody actually sees it live. Anyway. Never realized how often I say that till I started doing these videos. Anyway. Okay, it's getting really hot in this car. I gotta put a window down. I'm putting a window down. Putting down the window that's facing the school to let in some air. But not the window on the other side, because there's a woman parked about 10 feet away from me on that side of the car with her window down. Hopefully she can't hear me if I open this window furthest from her. Oh, and that air feels good. Cooling off a little already. Oh, sorry about the noise. That would be the traffic outside and the wind. Alright, you know what? I'm running out of things to say talking to myself just sitting here, so I'm going to end this. If I actually had people in here watching and chatting, it'd be a lot easier to keep things going because I'd be having conversations instead of just rambling. Okay. Thanks for watching if you've watched this far. Thanks for watching if you watched at all, any of it. And yeah, stay tuned for further Sean 47 videos. Peace out.